All right, well, we'll get into the dailies that we have for today. Now, on the front page of the Daily Graphic, we have Green Ghana Day is June 9th. All right, so the date has been set. June 9th is Green Ghana Day. Commission pledges to protect forest resources. Okay, I just wish, and I don't know if it's available, but I would really love for us to have a transparent system whereby we can track the trees that were planted, where they were planted, who is responsible for
watering the trees,
watering and keeping those planted trees. Yeah. And then every year when we come back to plant new trees, let's look at what has survived from the year before and what are we adding to our tree cover.
Exactly.
In Ghana. I think it's very important. We shouldn't just do this as a ritual to just, pat ourselves on the back that we are doing something nice.
But we're not seeing it growing.
But we're not seeing the reality, the impact. Because for me, it's all about impact at the end of the day. NCA forensic audit to weed out fraudulent SIM registration. 6.17 million cards deactivated. 11.1 million to go. Wow. Okay. Well, thankfully, none of my cards have been touched, so I think I'm good. Parliament can compel EC to adopt guarantor system. It's coming from a lawyer. And Jospon secures $30 million for rice production.
Right. On the Ghanaian Times, we have here, Green Ghana targets planting 10 million trees nationwide. And Vice President woos Austrian investors to Ghana. Applauds 34 million. Here it says euro, actually, and you said dollars. Yeah. So applauds 34 million euros, Jospon Group and Compaq Partnership. President nominates Justice Mrs. Tokonu as new Chief Justice, and the big one here is mass SIM registration exercise. NCA to block 11 million SIMs at the end of May 2023. All
right. We have the Chronicle, race to become CJ. Justice Tokonu breasts the tape. And we have Austria to open embassy in Accra. Chancellor lauds the Ghana Armed Forces. Baumia elated over 30 million euro rice production contract between Jospon and Comtech. And the scripture for today on the front page of the Chronicle, it says Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 4, for the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's talking
Congratulations
about
Justice Tokonu. Right. So on the Business Finder, Valco's rebound continues. Post positive performance in second straight year. Ready for investors to partner and modernize it. 10 million trees to be planted to mark Green Ghana Day. Lastly, we'll build better Ghana, safer roads in Ghana, says the minister.
All right. Now, on the front page of the New Crusading Guide, we have President is in South Africa. President Kufuor is in South Africa. NCA scraps 6.1 million SIM cards. I just like the whole, cleaning up and sanitizing of the space. I think for so long, I don't know if you ever got some of those kind of calls, but for so long, and this happened a few years ago, I don't know if people are still doing it, but you will get a random call from somebody. He says he's in Takrady, or he says he's in, Sogakape or somewhere, and then he's trying to broker a deal. And once they say, they try to act as if they knew you from some party B or somewhere that, and then when you find them out or call them out that they're scammers, that line goes dead.
True.
And then they will, if you are not lucky, they will call you back with a different line. The original line is dead, and they play this game. And they continue, So I'm just glad that we're doing this now, and making sure that people, scammers are kept at bay.
Pushed out,
Yeah. Justice Gertrude Tokonu is new CJ. Baumia endorses 30 million euro Jospon Comtech Rice project. 2023 Green Ghana Day slated for June, Lands Minister speaking, and NLA certifies Game Park Limited.
All right, so I'm just going to get some from Citi Newsroom. And on Citi Newsroom, we have 2023 Green Ghana Project. Committee appeals for more funds despite $2.5 million Ghana Citi budget. And government will protect Ghana's forest reserves at all costs, and that's by the Lands Minister. And lastly here, we'll call off strike if government agrees to pay 3 Citi 50 per child, and that's by the school feeding caterers. Yeah, so basically, I actually watched something on Citi Newsroom, and it's sad that they're being owed.
Yeah,
and they've been cooking and doing this for the kids.
And
obviously,
a lot of them with their own resources.
Yes, with their own resources.
Yeah.
And one of their representatives actually said that they owe the market women.
Yeah. Because you say,
And it's sad.
You see, you've been given a promise, and so based on the promise, you're like, okay, you know what? Let me go and get something on hire purchase, right? Or even get it on hire purchase and say, listen, give it to me. We've been promised that we'll be paid at the end of the month, or we've been promised we'll pay in 6 weeks, or whatever, And so you give it to me, I'll bring it when we get paid, right? And the market women also, say, okay, so take, right?
Yeah,
and then.
Yeah, and it's actually sad because one would think it will only affect the caterers, but obviously they're cooking for kids.
Yeah.
So that means the kids are not going to get food no more if the caterers stop cooking.
Everybody.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? Let's go for sports. Why not? Let's go for sports. All right, welcome back. And yesterday we were at the Cosmopolitan at El Bean Plaza, right there opposite the Fiesta Royal Hotel. It was a fantastic evening of soccer and, a celebration of listeners and viewers of Citi TV and listeners of Citi FM joining together with the Citi sports team and some of the other Citi staff and just enjoying an evening of great football. Of course, we know what happened. If you haven't heard what happened, well, then today I'm going to tell you this morning, right, that was happened. But before we get to that, let's talk about the Bet Power Ghana Premier League. Now, league leaders Aduana Stars beat Gold Stars 2-0 in Doma, thanks to 2 strikes from Kelvin Obeng. Now, Mediama kept the chase on Aduana with a 3-2 win over Dreams FC, while Hearts of Oak lost ground on the top 2 after they lost 4-1 away against Tamale City. Now, there were wins for Legon Cities, Brekum Chelsea, and Samatex. On Thursday, that's today, Olympics will face Kotoko, while Real Tamale United take on Karela. Now, Hearts of Oak were not the only ones that lost 4-1. Manchester City in the Premier League on City, Manchester City beat Arsenal 4-1 at the Etihad in a potential title decider. Yeah, so when we went out for the road show, that's what happened. Manchester City won 4-1 against Arsenal, despite all calls and cries to, party to make sure that it doesn't happen. Well, that's what happened. City went up 3 through 2 goals from Kevin De Bruyne and a header from John Stones. Now, Rob Holding pulled one back late in the game, but Erling Haaland made it 4-1 in second half injury time. All right. Now, Liverpool were 2-1 winners at West Ham, thanks to goals from Cody Gakpo and Joel Matip, while West Ham scored through Lucas Paqueta. Now, Chelsea recorded yet another loss under Frank Lampard after the Blues lost 2-0 to Brentford at Stamford Bridge, thanks to Cesar Azpilicueta's own goal and another from Brian Mbeumo. Now, Chelsea's woes just don't want to go away. The other game on the night saw Nottingham Forest beating Brighton 3-1 at the Citi ground. Now on Thursday, that's today, Everton is going to face Newcastle, Southampton take on Bournemouth, and Tottenham host Manchester United. And that's it for sports today. We'll take a quick break and be right back.